Hey guys, this is Mercedes with Trim Podcast. Okay, Dill. Hey guys, this is Mercedes with Trim Podcast. I am the co-owner of the Fellas Barbershop, and I'm also the MC for our podcast here. I'm here with someone super awesome. I'm excited for you guys to meet him. Me and Paul's been friends for a long time. He's really taught me a lot in this barbering industry, and honestly, just even in this like camera, filming, marketing industry. So I'm gonna let him introduce himself, tell us who he is, and we'll get started.
Thank you, Sadis, for inviting me to your podcast first, and it's cool. I like the place, and you say my name. My name is Paul, from Ecuador. I'll be 27 years old this
Getting
year.
old.
Getting old, and yeah, that's me. I never thought that just being you will affect other people. But the most that you're growing is the most that you realize that it affect other people. The most that you are real and genuine, they notice it. So and when you say that I teach you something, I didn't know that I was teaching you something. I was just doing what I have to do.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So we actually had Paul for like a hot second working with us at the Fellas. He did like our marketing and really like taught us a lot. But what I want to start with, Paul, is so you're not from here. You're not from Utah, and you're not even from the United States. Mm-hmm. Where are you from?
I'm from Ecuador, Guayaquil.
And then you have family still over there, and then you have family here too, right? Why move from Ecuador to Utah?
Because I went to Argentina and I met this guy. He used to play soccer for a college here.
Yeah.
We played there, and he said, "Hey, you should play. Come here, try. Like they will give you scholarships and all this." And I was like, "Damn, I can do that. I can do that. Like save some money, go to USA, and achieve all my dreams." Then I got here, and everything changed. I didn't know that I was gonna do barber or something.
Yeah.
I had this.
Did you get a scholarship?
No, I couldn't get a scholarship. I couldn't, because when you're here, you realize all the truth. Like it's not that easy to get a scholarship. It's not that easy to just join.
It's not as easy as it sounded.
Yeah, it sounds easy, but when you're here, you need to make it happen, because you don't have the support of your family. You're not from here.
Yeah. You're on your own.
You're on your own. So I got here, then I had some, knee problems. I couldn't play soccer like in that level.
Did you get injured in soccer?
Yes, I was playing, and then I tore my ACL, and everything changed, but for a reason, and I'm happy for it and grateful for it, because I found the barber industry.
Yeah. Who got you in? So did you play for the Real team?
No, I didn't. That was the plan, playing for a college first.
What college were you going to play for?
UVU.
UVU,
yeah.
So you came with the intentions to play soccer, no intentions to barber at all?
No intentions to barber.
Did you barber in Ecuador at all?
No. I tried a little bit in Argentina, just giving them free haircuts, my friends, or something. Wasn't that good.
Yeah.
But I saw the potential, like you have good conversations, they like you, and I was like, okay, this could be a good skill,
Yeah.
But I never thought that I was gonna do it here.
Yeah.
Never.
So you get hurt. What makes you not go back to Ecuador after you get hurt? Because you know that your soccer is like not going to happen.
Yeah.
What makes you stay?
I feel like my passion, my heart, like, 'cause I'm not gonna quit just because I tore my ACL. I'm gonna find another way to make it.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't go back. I was like, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna find the way to, make money and also help my family, and my friends, my community,
Yeah.
Because I really believe that we cannot change the world, but we can affect our community. And that's what I did. I just stayed. It was hard, of course, at the beginning.
Probably broke.
No car, nothing. And
no license.
Nothing. And, but
Fighting
that's how
odds.
it is. That's how it is. Life is like that. We came here, we don't have nothing. And it's better like that because
I think so too.
you appreciate it more once you're getting all these blessings,
Yeah.
and now I'm so happy that I have what I have. It's not a lot, but I feel grateful for it, like, because I've been working for it. It's not that someone just give it to me.
Yeah.
And of course, God give it to me, but, I hustle for it,
Yeah. So what was there like a specific person or like what turned you on to going to barbering school?
My mom, always my mom. She was always supporting me in the back, like, hey, if you're not gonna do this, try this, like. But she was always telling me, go to the school, like, always, like.
Like get some sort of education.
Yes,
whatever
get
it is.
education. She's always like about the education, like, it's not like just go to the college and stay there, get educated, be educated, And I was cutting hair just by learning. I learned by YouTube, but she was always on the back, like, hey, there's a lot of schools here, go there.
Yeah.
And I think she was one of the reasons that I decided to go to the school.
Yeah.
And after I go to the school, everything changed. I did a lot of networking, connections. I met the owner of the school. He likes what I was doing back then as a student. I was doing things that nobody did before in the school, like, and he liked it. He invited me to do more stuff, and boom.
Just like changing the industry for him.
For him, the vibe, like in the school, nobody was talking to each other. Nobody was like, it was a weird kind of like school at the beginning.
Yeah.
But then it was me and another friend. We started doing barbecues. We started doing all this stuff just to integrate all the people.
Yeah, connect everyone, like a community, just like you said.
Because that's how I am. I like to connect with everyone. I know that I cannot get along with all of them, but in my heart, it's like we can all be in the same, we can all have the same.
We can still like help each other too.
Yes.
So I feel like athletic brains and artistic brains, like, do you really feel like there's like similarities in that? Because like being an artist, you're more like free flowing, kind of on the fly, like pretty chill. But then the athletic side of you is like disciplined, structure, etc. So how do you navigate being an athlete and an artist at the same time? Like, how do you feel like those two connect to each other?
I feel that they have almost like similar fundamentals. You say flow. At one point when you're playing soccer, and if you know all the fundamentals, you can flow. You can get into this that you're not even thinking about what you're doing because you're already good at it.
Yeah.
And you're just in the flow zone.
Yeah.
Right? Same with hair. When you have your fundamentals, how to tension, how to project the hair and everything, you're not even thinking about it. You're just flowing.
So you turned hair and like art into like more of a structured piece and disciplined piece, just like you did when you were an athlete.
Yes, because you need to know the fundamentals for everything. Like you need to know your laws in life. Like you need to know that the lot of money, the lot of time, to know what you can do with it, right?
Yeah.
Same with hair. You need to know what is projection, what is tension and all this stuff, so you can create art.
Right.
Right. There's no perfect haircuts. There's no perfect like services, but once you put in your passion on it and you're trying to do the best, that's what it matters, to the world, to the people, to the life, and if you don't see results at the beginning, that as I was not seeing results, I was just cutting hair for $5 and.
Is that what the school cuts were? $5?
No, I was cutting at home first. Remember that I told you that I was just cutting and learning by YouTube, friends, because I didn't have a job. I was trying to just make extra money at least to pay for food or something.
Yeah, you're like, I hope you tip me.
Yeah, I was like, I was thinking like,
$5.
Okay, I need 10 people. I need to talk to 100 people. So all these 100 say no, at least 10 are gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Right. So 10 people that say yes, if I charge them $5. They can give me a tip. It's gonna be $10. Like I was making all the maths.
Make like maybe $100 a day.
Yes,
which is pretty decent money.
It is. It is. Everything works.
That I love that, Paul. Like I love your life. I love where you've started, and I love who you become. So I was talking to you a little bit about this before we even started, but when you came to USA and you came to Utah and you came to start to do barbering, like I'm sure you heard a lot about like traditional barbershops, right? Where it's like, it's kind of just like a high and tight military cut, like buzz on the top, whatever, something super simple, in and out. Like that's just kind of what barbershops were. You would come in and wait hours and hours and hours, and it would be like this old gentleman, and he would cut your hair, and then you were out. What gave you the mindset to not follow what all of our, back our traditional barbers, I think would be called now? Why change the industry?
I always felt like that, that I was special since I born. So I always have that in my mind that everywhere I go, I can make the change. Like it's something that probably is from my parents. I can just give it to them, because they give me that mentality. Again, my mom, she was always like giving me this. You're special. You can do something, and you have that, like in your mind, and everywhere you go, you're trying to make a change. You don't want to be or follow the crowd, because you can make your own pattern.
Yeah, your own way.
Right, and I love the barbershop. I love the traditional, all this stuff. But I knew that I born to do something different. Like not just follow all these barbers that they've been cutting hair for years. I was like, okay, we got phones, we got lights, we got, I don't know, like we can wash their hair. We can do all this stuff in 1 hour. And I start doing it and doing it. When I got here, and you guys showed me that you guys wash hair, you guys care about the products and all this stuff. So I was combining all these things that I have and knowledge, and then I start working, because here I met a lot of cool people.
Yeah.
A lot of cool people. I start meeting it here, like all this guy, he showed up with a Ferrari one time, and I was like, damn, that never happened in my life, that never happened.
Yeah.
A client just show up in a Ferrari getting a haircut from you. And I was like, damn, there's more than just cutting hair, like I can go to his house and cut his hair and his family,
Yeah.
And
he can teach you how to get a Ferrari.
Yes, but you have to visualize it first here. Everything you want, you have to visualize it here. Work hard for it, and life is gonna reward you.
Yeah.
I didn't cut the same guy, but I cut other guys with Lamborghinis, because I visualize it here. I want that.
Yeah.
It's not that I want the car. I just want to know what they are doing in their life, so I can apply it on my life, And at the end, they are disciplined, they know how to deal with money, because that's a big thing in this country as well. If you don't know what to do with your money, you're lost.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be successful. You need to understand how money works to be successful in this country, and that's what I'm now. Understanding, learning. Of course I already perfection the skills of cutting hair.
Yeah.
Now I'm in another point of my life, learning
like
finance.
how do you excel from there?
Yes.
Like where does it go from cutting hair?
Yes, and that's what I like about here and about you, because when I saw you, you were so into the business, growing and growing, like making all this, which is perfect. I like it. Some people don't like it because they are too soft and they are they want to be all the time friends, and
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not like that. Life is not like
not.
that. If you want to really level up, you need to. Sometimes you're gonna hurt some feelings, but
Yeah.
it's your problem. It's your problem if you take it personal, right? So when I saw you doing all this stuff, I was like, how she can do this, and or ask you for something and you never say no.
Yeah.
As me, you ask me something and I never say no. I always say yes.
Yeah.
So I saw that gift or talent that you have to lead.
Yeah.
Because you're a good leader.
Thank
so
you.
I was like, I can do that too. I can do that too. And I told you one day, hey, say this. I think my time here is gone. I need to do. And I told you at the beginning, right?
It's not that temporary.
It's temporary. I'm not
I'm
gonna
here
stay.
to learn.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stay here forever. I like it, even if I like it and all the stuff. But that's how I am, And I think you saw it as well, you know, And yeah, that's what I like barber, because it gives you time to build other skills, not just cutting hair. Now money, now physical, your physical, the way you look, the way they treat you,
Yeah.
and that's what I love.
Do you feel like you have a motto like that you kind of stick to, or like a quote that's like just kind of always in your mind that's like you kind of live by it, or you kind of do your day by it, or you kind of, moving forward by it? Like, what is that?
I like that one that say like learn the rules as a professional and broke it as an artist.
I've never heard
Yeah,
that.
I like that one a lot because
Learn the rules as a professional, but break it as an artist.
Yeah, break it as an artist.
And it's just so like for you, because like with your lifestyle and your background, like that definitely fits you for sure. How do you like? What does an average day look like for you, or even when you were in school? So like, how do you intertwine like your mental health and then preparing to take care of other people's mental health, and then trying to also learn and level up throughout your day?
Yeah, working out helped me a lot. Working out and also not doing the same stuff every day. I don't work out the same workouts every day. I swing, I run, I box, I lift, but I do different stuff every day. I'm like, I cannot do the same thing.
Yeah.
So that's something that helped me to be good right here.
Yeah.
And help others, because they see you. As you say, like they see you and they ask you like, what you do, why you always have energy. Like, or why you always happy, or it's not that I'm always happy, but once I have my barber tools, I'm an artist, like I'm acting right now. I'm acting, I care about you, but I'm also acting. I'm living my life away because I'm in this role of being an artist, like.
Yeah.
And if I did everything in the morning, like working out, I can do that. I put my life away and I'm just acting right now.
Yeah.
Okay, how you doing, bro? Everything. Sometimes I don't even talk, like just cut their hair. They come and go. They already know me. We don't have to talk every day.
Yeah.
They just want to feel appreciated and boom. But that's what I can say, like working out. I've been reading. I wasn't that good at reading before, but it's something that it helps my mind. It's fundamental.
Yeah.
It's fun for the mental. Like fundamental. Reading is fundamental. And
do you like reading or like more audible?
No, reading. Having that book there, because if I have the phone, I just get distracted, and I need to have that book there. And I've been reading about money, the psychology of money, also about numbers. I like numbers.
Yeah.
And I like it because it's building myself. Like I feel I'm super young still. I'm just 21. I feel, but I'm
You're
growing.
21?
No,
I was like, what?
That's how I feel.
Okay,
like, I just feel like a kid.
Yeah.
I feel that.
How old are you?
I'm gonna be 27. So I've
Getting
been
old, Paul?
getting there, but that's the point of life. Like you decide if you feel old or something. Like I don't feel old. I feel like always as a kid, like learning. Once you feel like you know everything, you're gone. You're not. Life is not gonna.
I agree.
Count with you. Like.
I agree.
So I'm always like, oh, okay, what you can teach me.
Yeah.
Like.
The Fellas has a core value called grow or die. And we talk about it like pretty often about how like once you think that like you've grown enough or that you don't have any more to learn, then you're dying. You're just dying in the industry. And I know it sounds like so extreme, like the word death, but that's how it feels to me. It's like if I'm not like soaking in information daily, then like what am I doing with my life? I feel like I'm just like staying stagnant, and stagnant to me is death. Like I don't want to be stagnant. And so like I totally agree with you on that. Another thing like when you came here to the Fellas to teach us like all the things that you taught us, like I knew how to cut hair, I know how to like connection build, I know how to like make people feel good about themselves. But what you're saying is like true. What you bring here is what you did is like you bring this structure mindset here to the Fellas, where it's like, okay, like no, like we put our phones up because like this is an experience for them. Like we're creating an experience, and it's so true because consumers these days, like they don't really just like want a haircut anymore. They want an experience. An experience is what matters the most to them. And so you taught us how to like give a great consultation, and then not only like do what they ask, but give input of like, no, I think you could do this would look really cool, and like doing those extra things like lining up the edges and like bringing their eyebrows and disconnecting them, like things you wouldn't think of because you would just run your clippers and blend like and get it, and you were like, no, like these are things that like really make a difference, like not only for like the photo afterwards, but like when they go home they're going to be like, this barber is set apart because this barber did this. And then it was like, no, make the shampoo like an actual really good like shampoo. It feels so good. And then like also I think in the barber industry, or even traditional wise, like styling really isn't a thing. Like a lot of barbers like don't really get big into styling, but you really taught us like how to use a blow dryer and like a bent brush or like round brush, and you're like, round brush it this way, make it this. Like the style is part of the experience. It's part of the haircut. It's part of what they paid. And then not only, styling it almost perfect with the blow dryer, but like products, you're like all the products, like they need to use all the products so that they know how to be able to do this when they get home. And they need to leave looking like a model. And like you were just so adamant about people having this experience that was it's new to this industry. Like in barbering, like it's more of like either it's a fast cut, quick cut, whatever, or it's kind of back in that traditional style. But you're bringing like this modern twist where it's like, no, you get everything here. Like you're not just getting a haircut, you are getting an experience. And I think you really taught all of us like a lot of that, and for
Thank
us,
you.
like, I know you said you learned some things from me, but really I feel like you came here and taught me, more so than I feel like I taught you. And I really love that about you, is like experience matters. Why do you think experience matters to you?
Oh, because when I was a kid, my dad took me to this barber. Never like, I hate my barber, like.
You did?
When I was a kid, I hate him. He never gave me the haircut that I want, like, so.
He just did whatever he wanted?
Yeah, so I was like, damn, I wish I can have a good barber, and, like. And I like looking good, like.
That's what I was going to ask you, like, why? Yeah. Why did you want a good barber?
Because I like looking good, like I like to feel good, and a good barber impacts a lot in your life, like.
Yeah.
I tell to my clients, hey, if you don't get a girl tonight, the problem is not the haircut, it's your face.
That's what you tell them.
Because I did my job.
Yeah,
I
like,
make you look good, like, bro, I make you look good to feel good. So if you're not getting nothing, it's your problem, it's your face, bro.
But you're like, I can only do what I can do.
Yes.
But I did my job.
I did my job, and that's why I feel
what
like...
do they say when you say that?
They just laugh. They just laugh about it.
But for you, you're like, I'm serious.
And yeah, it's just, I never had a good barber, so I want to become that barber,
Yeah.
Kids love it, or like grandpas can love it as well.
Yeah. Because they may not have like felt good in a long time, or like they maybe experienced what you experienced, like, geez, it's just a barber, like whatever.
Yes.
When people feel good, what does that do for them in your mind?
Oh, it changed my day,
Yeah.
We are energy people, right? So if I'm acting, as I tell you, right, and I'm having a bad day at home or something, when I do my best and they just left happy, that's a recharge for me, Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have a reason to be like that, Boom, I take that energy and I'm just recharged for the day,
Yeah.
So that's why I like it.
I love this podcast so much, Paul. Like, I'm so grateful that you're here. Like, this is exactly like what I would want people to hear and see. So you came here with nothing. Where are you at now? Like, and where are you going? Do you know where you're going?
I know where I'm going. Of course, I wanna, be good financial, like be free financial.
Like, is that owning barbershops? Like, are you gonna get into education? Like, where is this life taking you?
If
from
I
barbering?
tell you, I wanna build academy. I don't wanna just.
So you feel like passionate in education?
Yeah, but I wanna mix it with other things, with other arts.
Of course you do.
I don't, because I feel barbershops are going down. That's my point, my vision. I feel like barbershops, fellas is great. You guys have a good system that is working, like boom. But when you go and visit other barbershops, it's like they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what, so.
Like, there's just so much more that can be done.
Yes, and if I am a business owner, I want to mix it with martial arts. Like having this university of martial arts where you can get your hair done, your food, and you train there.
That's perfect, because those all literally fit look good, feel good, look good, feel good, look good,
Yes.
feel good through
And that's what I do as well. So,
barbering, through food, through fitness. Like those
yes.
all literally coincide
Yes.
with each other.
Yes, and not just also fitness, it's martial arts. It's an art as well.
Yeah.
So I've been practicing and I've been learning a lot as well because it has the same fundamentals, you know. You start from nothing, you feel that you don't know what you're doing,
Yeah.
but practicing, you start develop those skills, become better and better. And also you networking with the people there. I just feel it's a great community, you know, like because there's other communities I've been do, you know that I did hair inside of a car dealership, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's I like it, but at the same I didn't like it because the energy inside of a car dealership is negative. They never happy.
Really?
They always complain about their cars, you know. The people always feel that you're gonna screw them up, you know, like or you're gonna sell a shitty car for them, you know.
Yeah.
So they are always in this position of like,
Guards up.
yes, but when you do hair or you do art show or you sell some food, you know, some good healthy food, they are it's different the energy. They are like down to hear what you have to say to them.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. I like when people pay attention to me because I've been having a lot of experience. It's not that I know everything, but I have something to say, you know, like.
Yeah.
And when you have people that they sit and listen, that's when the magic happens, you know, like because they go home and apply it and they become another leader, you know. You're helping leaders.
Yeah.
You know, so and that's what I would love to go, you know. It's gonna take a lot because it's 3 different businesses, but I believe that I can do it. I'm just building myself, you know, now understanding how business works because.
Yeah. Well, just like collecting all the info, you know,
collecting
it's like,
the info, yeah.
and then like, who knows, like, you know, you can, by having that info sets you up for success to be able to make maybe less mistakes as you go. Like, of course you're going to make mistakes, but it will hopefully like minimize your mistakes as you go.
Yes.
You know, I want to tell anyone who's like listening about when we met. We met through going to school. Were you going to school or were you done with school? You were in
I
school?
think I was at school and they did a tour.
A tour.
Yeah.
Here.
And
okay, and then we messaged, and I was like, Paul, I have to have you in my life.
Because I did a video, remember? I did like, because I have this system that I believe videographers, they take forever to give you the video, you know, like, I do it the same day, boom, for you.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing that people love that.
Yeah.
You know, because we live in this world.
Turnaround.
Yeah, fast food,
Instant
fast haircut, fast videos, fast everything.
Yep.
So we need to just adapt ourselves to the world that we live in. And that's how I get all the opportunities. You know, like I just show them what are my skills. Then she signed me up, like, cause you like the video, how you do it that fast, or like, you know, you saw that I have some skill that it will help a lot here.
Do you remember I said I'm leaving this weekend to Disneyland?
Oh yeah.
And you were like, Disneyland? And I was like, yeah, have you ever been?
Never
and you were
been.
like, no, I never been. And then I was like, do you want to go?
Yeah, I remember.
And you're like, I want to go. And I don't even think like you had really like started doing like marketing for the fellas or anything like that yet. Like, had you even started yet? Do you remember?
No, it was like, I didn't even work. I was like, it was the same week, I think.
Yeah.
Of you hired me, then we went to Disneyland, and then I started working.
How did you feel about jumping in this like giant Suburban with me and my 5 kids, about to be your boss, and I'm taking you to Disneyland with me? You hardly know me. You don't know my family.
Yeah.
We're all in the same house. You're trapped with me the entire time. And you're with all of my kids. You even had one of my kids with you the whole time.
Yes.
Like, we all had a buddy,
Yes.
and you had Journey, and she was with you the entire time. Like, what was that experience like?
I love it.
Have you ever started out a job like that where you're like...
Never.
It's a whole new experience.
Yeah, because usually you have this relationship with your boss, the boss, you're the employee.
Professional,
yeah. Professional.
And then there's me, who's
and
like,
then you
Paul,
were
you're
there.
coming with me.
Yes. And I love it. Because I saw you, how you are,
who I
know,
really
like,
am,
who you really are, how you are with your kids, and I love them. I love Journey. She was just having fun with me.
Yeah.
And I enjoy more Disneyland because I just was seeing how happy the kids were, you know. Because when you growing, you start becoming this person that you don't even know who you are,
Yeah.
you know, like. But you see kids being happy for all these magical things in this.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like that, you know. I see things in other people to put it on me, you know, because I know that I'm growing and I'm becoming this person that I don't even know who I am,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So I don't like the person that sometimes I am. That's why
Yeah.
I'm working on myself, you know, to remember who I am, who I was.
Yeah, like who you are and what you stand for.
Yes, because here in America you have a lot of distractions, you have a lot of things that you become another person, you know, like, and you think
Huh.
that's who you are, and you're not that person, you know, like. I'm from Ecuador. I grow in the hood. I'm like that type of guy that if we have one chocolate, we share it with 3 people or 4 people, one piece, you know.
Yeah, me too, but with
But
my
then
5
you're
kids.
here and everyone is like, this is mine and this is yours, you know, like, if we want, we share, but you know what I mean?
Like, do you feel like it's like a really competitive kind of place?
It's more
like,
competitive, yeah.
secretive, like, I'm not
Yes.
really gonna like share my knowledge
Yes.
with you, like, we're not gonna really collab together unless it benefits me. It has to benefit
Yes.
me, you know,
But
me.
At the same time, I love Utah because Utah is also a different place.
I think
It's,
so too.
of course, this place, this state is way different than New York, California, all these places.
Yeah,
I think there is secret. Here, they share.
I think so too.
You know, you met this guy that he owns like 4 companies, he's millionaire. Just sit in your chair and he start talking to you how he does it.
Yeah,
Because you're his barber.
yeah.
You
And
know?
that's what's so cool about barbering is like how many people get 30 minutes or an hour of that undivided time and attention with this high level person. Like
Yes.
not very many jobs.
I just caught
have
Monty
that.
Teo. You know who's Monty Teo? He's an NFL player. He got Netflix shows.
Jeez.
And
How did you meet him?
by Peter.
Yeah.
You know, Peter broke his hand and he tell, hey, can you take care of my clients? And
Oh, his hand. Yeah.
yeah, his hand, yeah, he broke his
Yeah,
wrist.
dang, yeah.
And that's something about this industry as well. You can have your good friends, you know, like, and I believe that he's a good friend of mine.
For sure.
He take care of me, giving me his clients, and I take care of him, like taking care of his clients and giving them a percentage. I
Yeah.
was like, of course, bro, I got you. I want you to make money as well, even if
That's
you're
so
resting, you
cool.
know, like just give me what I charge, you take your percent. And now we're more friends because we did that, you know.
Yeah. And you have
And-
like that trust between each other now.
And their
too.
client trusts me now.
Yeah.
He's out of town and Peter's out of town and his client texts me like, hey, can you cut my hair?
Yeah.
Boom, he see it right there and I talked to him and he said that he charged 25 to other, like just to speech, 25Ks to speech in front of people.
Dang.
And he was giving me a private class for an hour.
And you were charging him.
And I was charging him.
That's legit, huh?
I'm grateful for
like
it, you know,
so
like,
invaluable.
because I'm the guy for him. He's the
Yeah.
guy for other people. I don't even know who's him. I don't even know that he got a Netflix shows. No
Yeah.
expectations.
Yeah.
You know, like he just sit there. He's another client. I treat him as another client.
Yeah, he's the same.
But I'm the guy for him. That's what I'm telling you. And
Yeah.
he's the guy for many people.
Yeah.
Because right after he left, the other guy sitting in another chair, he said, "He's Monty Teo. You cutting his hair?" I'm like, "Yeah."
You're like, I don't know this guy.
I don't know
I'm just
that.
gonna give him the same experience I do everybody
Same,
else.
yeah, same experience. We're not treating no one different. Like,
Yeah.
we're people, you know, like you're not different than me.
Yeah.
You're doing different stuff than me, but we have the same feelings, the
Yeah.
same experience.
Yeah.
So when you see life like that, life is more interesting. Life is become more like fun, you know, because you can lead your life, you know, like you can how I say this word is like
I always say your
building-
life is what you make it.
yeah, you make your own life,
Yeah.
you know, your destiny.
Yeah.
But we all heard about like the destiny is all already right for you, you know, like
Someone's already paved it for you.
yes, and
Or someone's telling you what it has to
the
be.
religion say that, you know, like God has already the plan for you.
Yeah.
And when I start building myself, I don't believe that anymore, you know.
Yeah.
I believe that I have the tools, the skills to make my life, you know, like that's why they give us time. You have 70 years now to do something,
Yeah.
right? And if you did great, you're never gonna die because your energy is always gonna be here, you know, and like people is
Live
always
on.
gonna remind you, you know. You only die if someone doesn't remember about you, you know, like.
Is that a Mac Miller lyric?
No, it's how I don't
I
wanna
think
be
it might
too religion, but it's Jesus' life, you know. We
Yeah.
still hear about Jesus, and
Yeah.
he lived like many years ago, so his energy is still here because he did great.
Yeah.
I don't wanna be like Jesus because you know I'm imperfect. I do mistakes, but I wanna do great so people can remember me when I'm dead, you know. So I'm never die, you know. My energy is always gonna be here.
I love that. That's amazing, Paul.
Yeah.
And it's true to who you really are, honestly. Like that's really is the way that you live your life. It's the way that you put your life out there too. Like I think anybody who knows you has felt truly impacted by you in one way or another. You know,
Thank
like
you.
I think that any barber that ever worked here with you or me or anybody or you know anyone who's probably listening to this probably is like, who's Paul? I got to meet Paul. Like this is such a cool experience, you know. And I just like love your life. I love that like you literally came from nothing and you didn't just come here and be like, well, I have nothing, I have no family, I have no help, I have no money, like poor me. You're like, no, I'm gonna make it.
Yeah,
I don't know
not
how I'm
for
gonna
me.
make it, but I'm gonna make it. Like I'm gonna
Thanks,
strive
I'm here,
every
you
single
know.
day, like grinding. I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm doing it, and it's gonna lead me to where I'm going. And
Yes.
so I love that about you, that like you have that motivation. Like, what would you say to like? And normally, like I would ask people, like, what would you say to like young, like aspiring barbers? But I kind of want to ask you a different question of like, what about young aspiring barbers who want to come here? Like, what do you like? What would you say to them
For a young barber?
for a young barber coming out of country to a different country, potentially this country? What would you say?
This can be dangerous for a business owner because what I will say is like just give them a year and left because you're building connections for a year. But if you're there for more than a year, you're stuck there, you know, like, and life is more than that.
Yeah,
That's why it's dangerous for business owners because you need people to work for you, right?
yeah,
But for barbers, I tell them you can do your own thing, you know, rent a suite, hustle, you know, like do part time in a barbershop. So you're building these connections, you're building this clientele and stuff, and do great, do the best service that you can do. So when you leave that barbershop, they're gonna call you, you know, like they're gonna ask, hey, I need my barber, you know, like even if you left that shop,
yeah.
right? That's what I will tell them. Some of them they do it, some of them they don't do it because they are afraid to do it. It
It's not for
requires
everybody.
more.
Yeah,
Doing your own thing requires more
yeah,
energy, more
not a
everything.
9 to 5.
Yeah. So it's not that all of them are gonna do it, but that's what I tell them, like do your own thing, man. Like learn about business, learn about everything. You know, like you're already in school. You
Yeah.
have time. So that's something that I will tell them. Do your own thing, you know, get a suite or rent a place, you know, like if you have friends, ask them if they have a place for you.
to rent. Yeah,
For barbering, you don't need too many things, you know, like you just need a small place
yeah.
and
Just
you're
a
set.
chair,
Just
some
a
clippers.
chair, clippers, and that's it.
Yeah. No, I love that. And like to be honest, like that actually doesn't feel dangerous to me as a business owner at all.
Yes.
Because I do think that there's seasonal people, like they're in your life for seasons.
Okay,
And then
yeah.
there's people who are like there for a little longer of a season, so they're kind of more of like a tree trunk, but eventually they fall, you
Yes,
know, and they kind
yeah.
of come out. That doesn't mean that like I don't love them or
Yeah.
like any of those things.
Personalities.
Yeah, like this, they just move on, and
Mm-hmm.
they're not going to be with me forever. But then there are some people in my life who's rooted, who's like going to be there forever. But that's
Yes.
okay. There's just multiple different types of people in my
Yes,
life.
yes.
Some come and go, and just like you came and then you left, but you're still part of my life.
Yes.
And then I still have some that were there for longer, and some of them are a part of my life, and some of them are not. You know, it's like I've outgrown people just
Yes.
like they've outgrown me.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
I think that it's like really mutual in being a business owner, even just for my barbers. Like sometimes we outgrow each other and sometimes we don't. Luckily, the Fellows does offer things like, you know, I do partner with my barbers who do want to go and do like their own thing. Like, you know, I just partnered with Cam last night. Cameron, he's going to open up a shop
Ooh,
I
nice.
have Koa and Jeremy Munson.
Jeremy?
Yeah.
Nice.
We're working really hard right now on opening a
Jeremy.
shop. Yeah, he's killing it. You know, and so it's like I have partnered with my barbers who do want to level up, who do want more, you know. And then I have some barbers who've left me and opened up their own shop. And honestly, for me, like I don't take that as like an offense. Like I feel like so like humbled and grateful because I'm like I'm so grateful that you were able to come to a place like this.
Yes.
And it taught you how to build something like what you
Yes.
just built. Like that's a compliment to me.
It is.
You know? And so like I don't need like not everybody has to stay, and like I don't want people to stay that don't want to stay. But to be honest, my advice would actually be different. Like I think that this world is so much more of like open up your own business, do your own thing. Like, but I think the way that it gets portrayed to these young barbers, but just people in general, is like it's easy, like just hustle, like just grind. But I think that like being a business owner or doing even what you're doing, and you may not be considered a business owner. I think you are because you do your own business, but like it's hard and it's not for the faint of the heart. You know what I mean? Like it's really hard work. Like I cry at least once a week, you know, like I come home feeling like freak, I just got my ass kicked today, you know, or like this was hard. And then like I have successes, like I take my wins daily, you know, but I take losses too, you know, and they're hard losses. Like they're, you know, the time that I've missed out with my kids, it's like the peace. I've lost a lot of peace in my life from what I've chosen to do. Like this is my choice, right? To build businesses. Like I'll have 3 shops open in the next 90 days. I'm not sleeping. I'm not sleeping at all. But this is the life I chose. But this life isn't for everybody, and it shouldn't be for everybody.
I know.
And I think this falls back onto what you were saying is like there's so many barbershops out there that you don't love because you're saying like, oh, they should be doing this or they should be doing this. Like they're failing like the barbershop community. And I think they're failing because too many people are saying, open your own business, open your own business. Don't open your own business unless you really, really, really want it. Because you can make good money just being a barber or just doing like a booth rent or even like partnering with someone or whatever it is. But like the business side, business is hard and it's not for everybody. Not everybody should do it.
You're saying because I'm that type of friend, you know, you heard that quote that you are, no, because of the friends that you hang, right?
Yeah.
Like, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. That's what they say,
right?
It's
so true.
So true. I want to be that friend that push my friends.
Yeah.
So I know they can do it. I know they can do it. If you're hanging with me, it's because you can do it.
But should they do it?
They are trying. Most of them are trying. They open their own suite. They're open like, and that's what I feel grateful for as well as you say, like, because we're changing some part of the industry, right?
Yeah.
Now suites are getting more popular, right, for barbers, not just for salons.
How do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about suites becoming a thing versus barbershops? Like, do you like it?
I like it because you have a personal experience with your clients. You know, it's just you and your client.
Yeah.
No, like the barbershop that you have more people close to you.
Yeah, because that's what would be hard for me. Like, I don't hate suites or anything. Like, I actually almost invested with Peter on a suite. We were going to do some suites together. But I think what I love is the community inside of that barbershop. Like, I do love what you're saying. Like, I love, like, that intimate where it's just, like, you and that client. But I also love, like, talking shit to the person next to me and then the person next to me and then my client. Like, I feel like in my barbershops, you know how many big deals have been made in here? Because my client owns a construction company and this client's looking for a construction company. And next thing you know, they're signing $1 million deals inside of my shop. Like, that's so cool that I was able to provide a place where they were able to make those type of connections. So, like, I don't think there's, like, a right and wrong when it comes to, like, barbershops versus suites. But, like, I'll always have, like, this, like, deep love for barbershops, for the connection building. And, like, to be able to be, like, because I wouldn't have been able to have met you or know you if we were in a suite. Like, I'd have seen you across the hall, but
you're right.
In the barbershop, like, I wouldn't have got what I got with you and what I still get from you if it hadn't been from this open barbershop. So, like I said, like, I don't think that there's, like, a right and wrong. I think the barbershop is what I would push for just because, like, in my experience, like, that's just been, like, more beneficial for me or I find it to be more beneficial for other people. But for you, maybe, like, you're like suites because it's easier, you know. And
I mean, for the process, you know, when you're in a suite, you're learning everything for yourself.
That's true.
That's more the thing that I want them to learn.
Yeah.
You know, because in the shop, of course, you do all this connection, all this stuff that works.
These barbers like teach
Right.
you.
But for like, as you say, like business owners, it's not for everyone. You know,
No.
like. But when I am hanging with my friends, I want them to own something.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm telling them.
Like you want to take them to the top with you.
Yes. So once
That's how
you
I feel.
figure it out how this system works, you're just gonna apply it in different.
Yeah.
You know, because it's all about knowledge. So what I learned here, you have this system that people come, you give them washes, you know, blah blah blah. I learned all of that. I apply it on my suite, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what I learned from fellas. It's working on me because you have a system that works.
Yeah.
It's not that you're like doing something and it's not working, you know, like it works here, you know, you always are booked out, always people come.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy in here.
that's what I want them to understand, you know, like you need to have that system, you know. I have that system in my suite or in my place, or because I have people and then I put some people so they can meet each other. They can hear what we're talking about, you know, like of course it's private the first 30 minutes, but then you need to wait a little bit to get in, you know, like
Yeah.
so when you're waiting you're hearing as well what.
So you get that same
Yes.
like little community experience.
Yes, because I love that. I love that. It's not that I just like
knew
the
you loved
private.
that. I think that's why
Yeah.
you stayed here for as long as you
Yes.
did, is because you did love that
Yes.
piece of it.
And I have the same experience. I got this client, he got his painting company. This other client, he needs it. And
Yeah.
they met each other. Boom, that's cool because I helped them to do
Yeah.
to get that deal, you know.
Yeah.
They give me a little bit of money because I introduced them.
I love that. A house takes 10%. You're like,
Yeah.
hey, I get money off this still.
Because
No, I love that.
they know how business works. You're giving
Yeah.
them some leads.
Yeah.
If they are like genuine people, real people, they of course they're just gonna come in. This is for you, bro, because you give me
Yeah.
that lead, you know.
Yeah.
So-
Do you sometimes feel like you want success for your friends and people in your life sometimes more than they want it?
Oh yeah, all the time, because they don't see it. You
Yeah.
know, like they don't see it, and you're seeing it now. I'm successful. I feel like it's not.
think you're
It's not about money being
successful.
successful,
I
but
agree.
I'm happy with my life, and that's what is successful for me. You know, like being happy every day.
And I think you're living the life you want to live.
Yes, and
And I
a lot
think
of
that
people
is
want to
success.
live my life. A lot of people want to live your life. So we have to be, you know, grateful for it and like
Super grateful.
help
Yeah.
others to achieve that, you know. And sometimes I'm too passionate that I want all my friends
Yeah.
to have the same experience than me, you know, like, because this is sweet, this is nice, this is good. I want to share it with other
Yeah.
ones, you know, like,
Yeah.
I don't want to keep it for myself and just be happy, you know, in my own world.
Yeah.
Of course, you need friends to be happy, but you
Yeah.
need good friends.
Yeah.
So if it's another advice that I can give it, it's like don't hang with dumb friends, you know, with
Yeah.
these stupid friends that they just want to party, drunk, smoke,
Yeah.
get girls, you know. All these things are gonna come once you already have your thing, you know, like when you're set, when
Yeah.
girls are gonna come because they love how passionate you are and how disciplined you are.
Yeah.
They're gonna come.
Yeah.
Money's gonna come, party's gonna come. I don't even party now, but I get invited, and it's cool, you know, because now I get invitations. Before I need to go there to party, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now I get invited to go there.
Yeah.
It's different life.
Yeah.
If I don't get the invitation, I'm not gonna go.
Yeah.
You know why I'm going to a place that I wasn't invited.
Yeah.
You know how now I see my life. You know, I'm not gonna go be in a place that I'm not like appreciated.
Yeah.
You know.
I
So-
agree. I don't think you should either. I think I resonate a lot with like what you said. Like for a long time in my life, like I wanted everyone to like be on my same level, right? Like I'm like, if I can get here, like I didn't graduate high school, I'm a, teen mom. Like if I can get here, like you can get here too. And I think for a long time in my life, I was like just trying to like take everybody. But then I started to realize that like people, like not everybody is built for this, and and it's not for everybody, and it shouldn't be for everybody. And then I started getting to a point where like my circle started to become smaller and smaller and smaller. And people come to me all the time and they're like, Sadie, I want to open a barbershop. Like, teach me. I'm like, yeah, like for me, like it's a lot of talk, but it's like when I see you start like investing in yourself and I see you build a clientele and take care of your clientele and maintain that clientele and you start to like manage and start to lead and start to inspire, then I'm like, okay, all right, like I'm going to give you my time because
I see you.
Because I'm going to match your energy. But if you just come to me and say like, how do I open a barbershop? I'm like, no, like no, like you got some work to do, like a lot of work. Like start reading, like start doing, like get mentally ready and get your life in order, and then when you match my energy, I'll give you it. But I'm not gonna give it until you gotta be there.
I know what you're saying. I know.
And so like that's what's really tightened up my circles. It's like, yeah, people talk all day about how they want something, but it's like wanting something and working towards it is two different things, very different. So I feel like I went through a phase of like, everybody's got to come with me. And now I'm like, no, you're not coming with me unless you're going to work as hard as me. We're going to work hard, but we're going to work hard together. Like you got to match my energy. Like I'm not going to pull you. We're going to pull each other,
I love that.
And so like, I think if I could say anything to you just from what I learned in my short life, I'm 30, so I'm not too much older than you. I gotta make sure everyone knows that, like I'm still pretty young, But yeah, if I could tell you anything, like that's a huge thing that I learned in my life, and learning that there is seasonal people, and that's okay. Because when people would leave my life, I would be like heartbroken, like why don't they want to stay forever? Like if I could take them there, but then I started to realize like I don't want those people forever. I don't want seasonal people like forever.
Yeah.
I want rooted friends that maybe they don't stay working for me, but they're rooted in my life forever. They've made an impact on my life.
Yes.
And like I think when I grew up, it was called birds with the same feathers flock together, which is how did you word yours? You said, tell me your friends and I'll tell you your future. So same, for me it was like that's how I've always kind of lived my life too. Like I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. I want to be like the least smartest person in the room. I want to learn from everybody that's sitting next to me.
That's how I feel.
I love that. But when I asked you about so you would say you'd give them advice to like open their own shop. If you could give them other pieces of advice too about barbering, like what else would you say to like just new upcoming barbers?
What I can say to new coming barbers, look good, focus on your physical, like the way you look. Be passionate about it, love people, like what else I can give it to them that is important.
Get your mind right.
Get your mind right and invest. If you get paid, invest that money so you can multiply it.
Yeah.
Don't save it. Like if you save it, you're
just
doing a mistake. It's gonna stay there. Invest, buy some product. If the shop give you like the chance to buy some product, buy it from them, resell it, and it's not wrong if you raise the price a little bit. That's how everything works.
Yeah, you talked me into doing my very first price raise. You were like, Sadie, we got to. Like the experience we're giving is good. Worth it. Yeah. And I like pushed back for like 3 months. I'm like, Paul, we can't. I'm too scared. And you're like, don't be scared. We're worth it. We're worth it. But you encouraged me to do my first and only price change I've ever done.
Yes, sir.
It's more expensive because of Paul.
But it's worth it, man. It's worth it. So
it is worth it. Well, Paul, I really appreciate you being on this podcast with me today and like talking about your life and like where you came from. Like I have no doubt that any person that listens to this is going to feel like incredibly inspired, like I have felt too.
At least one.
Somebody will.
At least one.
Otherwise, I'm inspired. Hugo, who's feeling it, he's inspired. He's tears over here.
Yes, sir, brother.
Okay. Thanks, y'all, for watching Trim Podcast. Make sure to follow Paul. How can they find you? How can people get to know you, connect with you?
Patch is PACHV11.
On Insta.
That's on Instagram. Paul Chavez.
If you don't find him, we'll tag him in this and we'll have him comment, drop his info. But find Paul. He's a great person to have in your life for all things, not just barbering. So, all right. Thank you.